it.
Yeah,
Seriously.
we are killing it.
You went
Yeah,
from
it's-
like 1,000 followers
to like 15.
to like a 15.
Overnight,
Like
yeah.
I just checked last night just to see like where you were
Yeah,
at. And I was like,
yeah.
dang, that was quick.
Yeah, it was quick.
It's a lot of growth.
Yeah.
Good job.
We got a couple of really funny stupid reels.
Yeah.
And poor Taryn, her reels got almost 1 million views, and it's like, and I go look to see all the time because it's like crushing it, right? And
It's because of the Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so you watched that episode, huh?
Hilarious. Yeah.
Oh my God, that girl's like hilarious.
She's funny.
Jesus.
She is funny. She's quick.
Yeah.
I'm not like that, so sorry.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, she said something about Brokeback Mountain to us again at the symposium.
She won't give up on it either.
No, she won't.
She wants to. She's almost pushing us into it. It's almost peer pressure.
I'm just not.
Kiss
I'm
him.
just
Kiss
not,
him.
I'm
It's
just.
Pride Month.
I'm not interested. If I'm gonna try it, I just
Someone else,
it's
not
gonna
somebody
be
you know,
dude.
not me.
That's for damn sure.
What? Oh,
I just
hang on a second.
I'm not attracted
What's not?
to you.
Whoa, bro.
I've
serious?
seen you naked. I will say that.
There you go.
I have seen him naked.
We're getting there. We're getting
Yeah.
closer.
Yeah, I like to get undressed in men's locker rooms.
You want me to move
Whatever. No. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Get it
Sorry,
out
my
of there.
OCD kicked in there for a second.
I got it too.
Yeah.
Scoot in a little bit more.
Scoot in or
More.
put the mic back. You want to be like
Good.
right
then
here.
just
Yeah. You want to be
you don't have to
chin
you don't have
level.
to touch it, but
The hair on your chinny chin.
You know what people do though is, and what you can do is when you move,
Yeah.
you can move them. You can move this with you.
Yeah.
Very fancy.
It
Yeah.
is.
I like it.
These are the mics that Michael Jackson sang Thriller on. Not exactly mics, but not
For
the
real?
exact
Yeah,
ones.
the
but
same
The same
brand.
brand.
Same exact.
Oh, you guys didn't mess around with this, huh?
No.
I did not.
You did not.
No.
I like him. The wings.
I'm having a good day. I like rain.
Me too.
I don't like you having rain.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna have to.
Agreed.
You're gonna have to tone it down.
You're gonna have to tone it down a notch.
Oh my goodness!
kidding.
No chance, baby. No chance. Her name is Shana, and I go Shane E.
Shaney.
Yeah,
You're Shaney,
Shane
and she's
Shana.
Shana. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it! I should have done my rumble as Shane E with like 4 E's. You're
Is
4
it?
T's. I could go 4 E's, bro.
You just made a Rumble
See the
account.
stuff coming on rain? I'm telling you, I'm special on this stuff.
Where's your shot glass?
I already hit
Missed
it.
out.
Yeah, I finished
Oh.
it. Yeah.
I just,
For real?
I
It
just
tasted a little bit like the stuff you do when you're,
medicine.
yeah.
I was gonna
Towards
say
the
it
end,
reminds me of like mixing it with vodka, almost kind of a little
right?
bit.
I was feeling the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that would be alcohol.
I
that
still
medicine.
finished mine though.
Yeah. We're good like
Yeah,
that.
I'll be tripping out in about an hour.
I'm hoping that when the that I can get a sponsorship from Rain.
Let's try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll start drinking Rain every day.
Yeah.
And
No.
I mean every time. What?
No. Terrible.
Just rot you from
Heart
the
attack in
inside
2
out.
years.
It's a terrible idea.
Have you tried that liquid death?
What
know
is
what
that?
it's called?
I thought it was.
It's just marketed water.
I
but
think it's
people
water.
Are loving it. It's
Yeah,
just water.
it's water.
Water, liquid
It's
death.
called Liquid
Why
Death.
didn't
It
you tell
looks
me
like
to take
a
my
beer.
glasses off?
It looks like a beer.
Yeah.
So it's like a little scary. You're like, what are you chugging in the middle of,
An AA
yeah,
meeting.
right. Like liquid death.
Yeah, that's Liquid Death right there.
But it's water.
Says fuck fentanyl on her. What do you think of the studio?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Seriously. This is custom, right? This
Yeah,
is like
custom.
legit spray
Custom.
paint.
It's not
I
spray
like the
paint,
mushroom
but-
with the glasses on. I just
wow.
noticed him
Yeah,
now.
I mean that's
Things are popping out.
yeah.
that thing's kind of weird, right?
The mushrooms with the thing on.
Yeah.
You know what I want to focus on to start?
What?
When you walked in, you said we looked buff.
You do
Can we
look
talk
buff.
about that a little?
For real. You do.
So we look buffer in person than
You
on
do.
camera. That is so weird
I've
because
watched a couple, and you guys
yeah.
look solid, but
Yeah.
you look like
Nice.
in really good shape.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
They
you.
usually, the camera usually adds 10 pounds, but
Pure muscle, I thought. That's what we were told. But I guess not, right?
You look good.
Wrong fucking cameras we got.
we got the wrong camera, so you're going to have to get a different lens, buddy.
Yeah, we want the muscle.
We
want the muscle.
We want the
lens,
muscle
bro.
lens.
Yeah, we want to put the fake abs on.
So you guys work out or what?
We're
Every
trying to
fucking
get
day. At
we're
our
trying
age,
to
we
get-
have to.
Me too.
You can't get out of bed. We took.
I don't look like you though.
Bro, I took 3 days off at the West Coast Symposium. I swear to God, I got stuck getting out of bed.
You know
couldn't.
what? You know what sucks though is I did too. So I'm an everyday worker.
Every
out there.
day.
I just go every day until I can't, and then I take a day off, and then
Yeah.
Yep.
or if I go to like the West Coast Symposium, I don't work out because like I don't want to go try to find a gym. I don't want to do. I just don't want
Black
to do
and
it.
white.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just let that be the time that my body heals,
Totally.
and I let it heal.
Yeah.
Heal.
Hell.
I can't talk right. That
No.
brain really
Fucked you
See,
up.
that shit fucks me up.
Yeah, it
dude.
does. Just all tongue
Quite the-
We're
twisted,
gonna get all punch drunk.
Quite the
now I'm
opposite.
scared to drink more.
right? Don't be scared.
Next, I'm gonna be sweating.
Don't, look at. I'm already sweating, bro. Look at that.
So,
There's a ghost.
Ghost.
What?
So
What?
I don't go to the gym
No.
and work out, and so I took the time off to let my body heal,
Yeah.
and I go and play basketball.
Yeah, there you
last
go.
night, and now I'm out for at minimum of 10 days.
Yeah.
The doctor's
Fun.
like, yeah, this is let me. He goes, let me know in 10 days if your arm's getting better. Otherwise, we're gonna need to send you in for an MRI.
Any pain meds?
No,
None.
no,
You didn't offer.
he didn't offer. No.
He didn't offer.
No, I
That's a
would've-
bad doctor.
I would have said, well, he wrote me a prescription for
There we go.
naproxen sodium,
What is that?
Aleve.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's nothing.
No opiates.
Strong to leave. I'm recovering from a broken foot.
Really?
Are you?
So same thing. I'm like an
Foot or
everyday
toe?
Foot.
Like
Fourth
there's a lot of bones
metatarsal.
in the foot. Okay, that's what I was going to say. There's like hundreds of bones in the
I
foot.
do Muay Thai. So that's my.
Oh, you do. So you're a
that's
tough
my therapy.
motherfucker.
I try,
Wow.
but I'm also 43, so it doesn't work the way that it
Yeah, but
used
still
to.
Muay Thai's pretty crazy.
It's awesome. I was training
Yeah.
for a fight, my second fight, and I was like feeling so good. And
Wow.
I went to kick, but it wasn't even my kicking foot; it was my pivot foot.
Yeah.
But it taught me that I need to figure out some more coping strategies because that's my jam. And so when I was broken, I was, I wouldn't say depressed, but that was
But
my
yeah, you're
number
off.
one.
You're off then.
Yeah, no, for sure off. So I just got back on the mats last week
Wow.
I
after
want
3 months.
I want to do something like
a
that,
nightmare.
like Muay Thai, because like I don't.
Too much in Muay Thai, bro.
Well, the thing
too
is
much.
that I don't want to do jujitsu because
Right.
like I legitimately just don't want to roll around on the ground with a sweaty
Some
man.
funky positions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
there
you know,
is,
I've
but
seen
jujitsu's
like
no.
my nephew with like his face in the guy's balls, and I'm just like,
Get up in there.
I'm not
Mhm.
doing that.
Same.
Like
I mean,
I'm just not.
I'm down
gonna,
to try. I kind of like the MMA thing, but jiu-jitsu is a different animal. With the Muay Thai, you're striking or
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, but
clinching.
Muay Thai, you got to understand, you're a lot of high, you're up, you're down, high impact sport.
High impact.
You're
for sure.
fucked.
Yeah.
You and I, forget about it. You kidding me,
Apparently,
bro?
me too. So
You too. You're
here
at
I
the,
am.
you got another. I'm going to give you 18 months to 2 years, and then you're going to have to find something new.
I might try BJJ because
You're going to have to.
a
'cause
little less impact.
That's what I'm saying. High impact.
I
is
mean,
no
and,
bueno.
you know, if you're badass in jujitsu, right? You're badass,
Right.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
like you can
Right.
you,
You
can
can take down
pretty
anyone.
much take down anybody.
Yeah.
can.
But if it's gonna at my age right now, if it's gonna come down to like me
like
taking somebody down,
You might like it.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Right.
I mean, I'm just
Good
gonna,
idea.
yeah,
True.
I'd rather,
You're right. That's our age. You're right. I agree.
yeah.
I was thinking about jujitsu.
pull it out.
Jew.
I was
He's
thinking
Jewish,
about going
so he
to
can actually say that.
jujitsu.
Just wanted to clarify
Jiu-jitsu.
that.
I am going to go to jujitsu.
Keep it clear.
Yeah.
The rain. It's the rain.
What? Yeah. I was thinking about doing it.
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Well,
I
because
mean,
a lot of the people I watch, motivational, they're doing,
Right.
I don't hear, yeah, we're doing Muay Thai tonight. You know, we don't.
Right.
we
Because I don't want to
Right.
be like that.
Right.
See, and then you're just gonna be another
No,
another Joe Rogan.
Oh, please. Just
or,
another.
another.
We're trying
yeah.
to get to the cream of the crop here, trying to get up
Well,
there.
we're
So I'm
currently the
following-
cream of the crop,
That's
so
what I'm-
we're doing pretty good.
you guys are killing it.
Yeah, we are
Seriously.
killing
You
it.
went
Yeah,
from
it's-
like 1,000 followers
to like 15.
to like a 15.
Overnight,
Like
yeah.
I just checked last night just to see like where you're
Yeah,
at, and I was like,
yeah.
dang, that was quick.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
quick.
It's a lot of growth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good job.
we got a couple of really funny stupid reels.
Yeah.
And poor Taryn, her reels got almost 1 million views, and it's like, and I go look to see all the time because it's like crushing it, right?
It's because of the Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah. And so you watched that episode, huh?
Hilarious. Yeah.
Oh my God, that girl's like hilarious.
She's funny.
Jesus.
She is funny. She's quick.
Yeah.
I'm not like that, so sorry.
You are.
Yeah, she said something about Brokeback Mountain to us again at the symposium.
She won't give up on it either.
No, she won't.
She wants to. She's almost pushing us into it. It's almost peer pressure.
I'm just not.
Kiss him.
Kiss
him.
It's Pride Month.
I'm not interested. If I'm gonna try it, I just
someone else, not
gonna
somebody
be
you know,
dude.
not me.
That's for damn sure.
What?
Hang
on a second.
I'm not attracted
What's not?
to you.
Whoa, bro.
I've seen you naked. I will say that.
There you go.
I have seen him naked.
We're getting there. We're getting closer.
Yeah, I like to get undressed in men's locker rooms.
He
likes
likes
just walk around naked. That's what I do.
Before
I thought it was okay.
Before we actually get going, he needs to not do that. It's kind of embarrassing.
I never knew the rules.
You really do that?
Where I come from, if it's a men's locker room, you just get undressed.
Canada.
And you're free.
Yeah.
You know, you shower,
Yeah.
you jacuzzi.
It's like a
poop.
bathhouse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes. So I get undressed. I walk into the hot tub, and I'm just proudly jumping, up the stairs. And I look.
Jumping.
I gently pause at the top.
Like a Canadian
I
god.
asked them to please move away so I can enter the hot tub.
Stroke the beard.
And I was the only one with their balls floating.
Everybody else.
I look around. I look around. Everyone is dressed, and my balls are floating to the top. I'm like, oh, excuse me, guys. Well, okay.
Are we allowed to talk about all this on a podcast, Michelangelo? Like this is out of control. But
anyways,
no more rain. No more rain for this guy.
No more rain.
But this girl, yeah.
It's funny. The Canadians. I was gonna say to you though, it is weird to me. Like you go into like locker rooms, and like even at the gym or whatever, and they have hot tubs, and like I'm just not getting in the hot tub naked.
You know what I just started doing was steaming. So it's not like the sauna; it's a steam room.
Yeah.
And like you don't have to get full on naked, but like I wear my sports bra,
right?
And you just steam, and it like just gets all the toxic crap out of you.
I
like breathing in. Yeah, I love it.
Especially you throw some eucalyptus in there.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah, that is good.
I wasn't into it for a while, but yeah, the hot tub too. I'm not just jumping.
You
in.
started ice. I'm not. What is it called?
Cold plunge. But they say that the heat twice a week reduces your heart attack opportunity.
Right.
40%.
40 or
50.
Something.
It's
a lot.
Pretty high.
It's quite a bit.
It's pretty high.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then you add
addicted to it, if you will.
add the cold plunge.
Yeah.
It's
Cold.
70%.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
The cold plunge is solid too. I like the heat to the cold, back and forth.
Yeah, the heat to the cold is nice.
Wakes your body up.
Yeah.
Glen
Your
Ivy.
place has heat too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Fucking
Do you do
A.
the heat after?
I try to get it sequenced, but the heat is it's a red light.
Infrared.
Yeah. So it's a good sweat. It's about 156 degrees.
Heats you from the inside
heats you
out.
from the inside out, exactly.
Cooks
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
It's called
all that.
basting.
Kind of neutralizes your nervous system
It
a little
does,
bit.
yeah.
For all of us that are a little up and down.
Yeah.
So we know nothing about you.
I like
And
that.
that's how we like it too.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
like
I forgot she was even a guest. I thought we were
Like,
just
who's
kind
this
of
chick?
yeah, we were just talking. It was like we kind of went really off track today.
Well, we're friends now, so you're stuck with me.
Yeah. Shane.
Shane, Chad, right?
Yeah.
Chad, yeah.
Chadict. 4 T's on
Chadict.
Instagram if you want to get to the big guy.
No, I didn't know how to spell your name. I was like, is it 3 D's or 1?
4 T's.
Oh,
CHADICT.
No, it's 2 D's. It's like addict.
Oh, that's
however
right.
you spell addict.
Chad.
2 D's. You're right.
It's-
I
wow.
fucked up.
So it's
2 D's.
CH, right?
CH.
And then it's addict.
Addict.
And then I have the one with 2 T's. I have the one with 3 T's, and then the 4 T one just stuck. I can't get.
He's lost access to the other ones.
No, I have the 2 T one for my own personal, like,
Now we know. Don't tell him.
that'll be the one for my friends and family.
Yeah. Am I in that one? I don't think we're friends there.
The only friend I have on it currently is Luke. I've only posted one
Soldier
picture,
boy.
but so I want to get the one with 1 T but some guy has it.
Yeah.
It's buy them out.
And I know he's got like 65 followers.
Hasn't posted
So
since
rude.
2003.
Like, what the hell?
That stuff kills me. When you're like, it was the same looking for stuff with the helpful hats. I'm like, how many helpful hats are there?
Yeah.
Projects. Not that many, but somebody still owns the stuff. So I'm gonna track them down.
Yeah. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Are you in recovery?
I am in recovery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Almost 7 years.
Good for
Nice.
This month, actually.
you. He's
the
married 7
14th.
years.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, next month.
Next month.
July.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
So what's your sobriety date?
June 14th.
Wow, July 14th.
No.
What is yours?
16.
16. Okay, I was
You're
close.
close. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are both in recovery? No.
I am.
You are.
Yeah.
I'm just in fun. I'm having fun.
You're just like,
He's
nice.
I'm finding my groove.
I like it.
You know?
That's what life is all about, right?
Yeah.
Finding it.
Yeah.
The journey, if you will.
The journey.
Am I
I'm
doing
still
this
young
right?
enough
Yeah,
to look
no, you
around.
sound great.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
you look great.
Do you hear yourself in the headphones?
I do.
Yeah.
Like what if
You're
you go-
perfectly positioned.
if you go away from the mic?
Yeah, try it.
Check. I know you guys want me to freestyle rap for you.
Oh, you rap?
No,
Oh, do you?
definitely not.
I got excited for a second.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Nope, I don't have any.
We had one girl sing on here before.
Mm.
Jordan,
we
she
had a
did
few
really
people
good.
sing really good. So there's a bar.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have a bar.
You have a
Ready?
bar?
You have a bar. Okay, so on 3, you ready?
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh,
Vera.
No, no. Roxanne. That's all I got.
That's all we want.
Mark that.
Yeah.
Get rid of that.
So what else?
No, that's it. I was
That's it?
gonna find out a little bit more about her.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm
Originally.
originally from Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Yes.
Eat up. Pennsylvania is fucking hurting today.
It's hot, right?
It's hot. It's hot and hurting.
It's like
I mean, the
90
drugs and the
and-
drugs out there.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's pretty crazy.
I was born country, super small town.
Yeah.
Scranton, the office,
I've
if you will.
Heard of it.
An hour north of there.
Okay.
Scranton was our big city.
Yeah.
But
Wait, isn't Scranton
office.
where
Dwight.
Scranton, Pennsylvania?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that where Joe Biden is from?
That's where he comes to campaign sometimes, I think. I think he says,
doesn't he claim to be from?
I think his father, there's some tie to the father, coal mining, all
Yes.
that stuff. But that's where he gets the blue collar people for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Wow. Sounds like you're not happy about that.
Oh, no. I'm good.
No, we're not getting political on here. You
Yeah.
just decide, and I'm just thinking maybe you're not a Biden supporter.
Well, it's just, no, I'm a supporter.
we don't care
okay.
either way. We don't talk about that kind of shit.
Yeah.
On here.
Yeah, he just, he comes there from time to time,
Yeah.
so I hear. But he's from Rhode Island, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Uh,
We're not sure.
nobody's really
We're
sure.
not sure.
Nobody's really sure right now. That's all. We're actually just trying to bring the communities back
Yeah.
together
Yeah.
to fight this crazy
Yeah.
addiction.
I'm with
man.
you.
Yeah,
No, for
man.
sure. Well, the meth rings out there were huge. I mean, now it's fentanyl everywhere. I
Yeah.
know your mission. I'm with you 1,000%. So
Yeah.
when you're going to DC, I'm coming with you. I
Nice.
mean, I
I
was
actually have 2 coming here
excuse me.
next month. 2 people from Washington
No
coming
way.
to. Yeah, we're actually we're talking about something specific, not fentanyl, but I'm gonna bring up the fentanyl while they're here.
Right. What is your plan, your goal, like as far as I know a little bit about your story, and kind of how this came about, but what do you want to see change? Like, how can we? Because I was going to ask you, like, how can we help, spread this message? And
I don't have all the answers right now.
Mhm.
I have all the questions.
right,
Like I want to ask us as a community,
Mhm.
What more can we do?
right,
My first thought would, just send the Marines in and take out the cartels and we'd call it a day.
mm-hmm.
But then, the truth of the matter is this fentanyl's coming from China.
It's crazy.
It's coming from China into Mexico and it's just flooding across. It'd be flooding across no matter whether the border
Yeah.
was open or closed. The border, when, it doesn't matter. Heroin was flooding. They dig underground tunnels when the tighter the border is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's not.
Comes
Don't
somehow.
matter.
What I want is to bring all of us back together because I just cannot deal with the divided country, and they're doing this on purpose to make us weak.
I agree.
Yep. So and you can't they don't realize that addicts and alcoholics have a tradition. And and the 12 traditions, and we don't care.
Yep.
We don't care about politics.
We really don't. That's what brings us
Yeah.
together, is like we're all
Yeah.
fighting the same
It
battle.
makes us so strong.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we can have all of our differences and 1,000 different opinions, but
Yeah.
if we
But we could
are in
actually
this
all
fight
probably
together-
we could actually all probably come together and actually talk about our differences for a minute or
For
two,
sure.
and not be like so crazy and
Right.
like, no, you're
Totally.
wrong.
totally.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't even stand my political party right now. It's just like, get the hell out of here. I turned it off.
No, I'm the same. I mean, I want what's best for people, It's like, honestly,
Yeah.
whether that's your monetary sense or your social senses, it's like, I don't know. I want everyone to be happy.
Really?
I mean, it's a weird thing right now with
really
politics.
is. Wouldn't it be funny though if the one thing that brought us all back together was this crisis that we have going on? Can
That'd
you
be
imagine?
ironic. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Something
it be
they
cool
didn't-
to lead that?
Something they didn't
Wouldn't
even
be-
count on.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool to lead
Yeah.
lead that movement?
Yeah.
You are.
Like iRobot.
That's the movement.
But you guys
Yeah.
are moving,
Yeah.
and it's like you feel this wave, because I think for so many of us have lost friends and family members, and everyone's like, what do? We know there's a problem, but like, how do we stop it? How do we get it out there? But you're the movement.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time I've really seen from my end, like legit
Something.
movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything. And so like
And
when
we're-
you started talking, I'm like, I want to jump on this because I want to be a part of that.
Yeah. Just wait and see, because we got some tricks up our
Yeah.
sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some stuff going on.
Yeah.
Now we're connected. So
Yeah, we are
I love it.
definitely.
I think it feels good to like see, I mean, not necessarily progress just yet, but just the fact that there's a big movement and you're talking about it and people are on board.
Yeah.
I think it's so important.
It amazes me too sometimes, because I go and I'll go and look at our Instagram, and I'm like, now all of a sudden I'm getting like these people with a lot of followers following us, and I'm like, I get really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Fuck
like, what
yeah.
the hell is going
I
on?
know. It's so cool, bro.
And I
Join
don't
it.
look at everything because I can't. Because
Right.
if I sit for
Hours.
hours and I go back and I scroll through, I can't scroll through every single person
Right.
that's following us.
No.
But it's fun. We have a lot of other stuff that we're working on that we'll be happy to let you in on our little secret in about 2-3 weeks
Yeah.
from now.
Awesome. I'm
Yeah.
here. I'm all ears.
Yeah. You can maybe come up and join us and
Yeah,
have some
for sure.
fun, have some fun.
Absolutely.
I say up. You're where are you?
I'm in Corona right now. I'm like,
Why are you making that?
Meh.
Why are you making
well,
that face?
I lived in Newport for years.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to live in Corona when
It's
you
hard.
lived in
My wife
Newport.
is from Redlands.
Corona's
so-
like
That's where
12
I grew
minutes
up.
away.
Really?
Yeah.
Redlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it there. It's nice.
Now your wife's not. How old is she? I shouldn't ask that question.
She's 6 years younger.
Okay. No. Definitely. I'm way older. So
Yeah.
What high school did you go to?
Redlands High School.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the Rev.
Not the Rev.
She went to Redlands as well.
Rev wasn't built when I went to high school. I
Nice.
graduated in 1908. No, 1992.
Oh wait.
1992.
Nice.
Yeah. The school was so packed that we only had 10th, 11th, and 12th grade because there was like 3,500 students. Wow. That's why they built Rev.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
See, I graduated in a class of like 120.
Oh,
And we
wow.
had 7th through 12th in one building.
Oh, wow.
It
Yeah.
was so small.
Yeah.
I had like 30.
That's hugely different.
How many?
Like 30.
In your
Really?
graduating class?
Yeah.
Oh wow. See,
Yeah.
I thought I was small.
No.
No,
Yeah.
Canada.
Canada. Fucking Canada.
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 People are weird in Canada.
Fucking really weird.
Yeah.
Because it's so cold.
I
man.
love Canadians.
Everyone's covered
You
up.
do?
I do.
I don't
And I
They're
find it
lovable. Canadians are lovable.
A
I don't-
special place for transplants in California. Like my wife, she's a native, but like
Native?
if you're a transplant from a different space, it's like you have that understanding. you
Yeah.
know?
I'm a native.
You're
Yeah.
native.
I don't really like Canadians though.
No, you're unruly.
Just kidding.
So it's
I'm totally kidding.
Sure, I'm gonna form
Mark
a complaint.
that.
I'm gonna file a formal complaint.
I don't want Canadians
Who's
following
in charge of the
us.
Hopeaholics? I want to file a formal complaint right now. I don't believe we have human resources, do we?
No, there's
No.
only 2 of us.
Only me and you?
3 of us.
Three of
right
us,
now.
really.
We can't really get in trouble.
Can't really
yet.
get in any fucking trouble. And she signed, didn't she?
She hasn't yet.
Not
Oh,
yet.
so we got to watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Watch out.
Watch out.
Out. Yeah, he's
Watch
like, watch out.
I've really been noticing my beard hair is really hanging out on the mic lately.
It
You
is.
know what I'm saying?
You know, it's kind of gross.
It is
You're
ki-
like going to get one like
only
on
I
there.
watch it. Only I watch it. Only I listen. Only I'm here.
Okay, now shut up for a while.
All right,
Let
all right,
her
all
talk
right,
because
all
I
right,
want to
all
know
right,
where she's
all
from.
right.
That's all right.
She's from fucking Redlands, bro.
Yeah.
No,
No.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, that's right.
Close.
Her wife is
Wife
from
is from
Redlands.
Redlands.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, we landed in Corona because that was kind of she was commuting to Hogue at the time in Newport Beach. She's
Yeah.
a nurse. She was a nurse practitioner now, and her family was in Redlands. So when we had our boys, that was like halfway to grandma,
Yeah.
halfway to work.
Yeah.
So we landed in Corona, but surprisingly, I've learned to love it. But it's been an adjustment from the beach for sure.
Yeah.
That was all I knew when I moved out here.
So she's a nurse at Hogue?
She was a nurse at Hogue.
Yeah.
Nurse practitioner.
Now she's a
That's
nurse practitioner
Good for you.
in Ontario.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So she
In
kills it.
Ontario. She goes from Corona to Ontario?
Uh-huh.
That's not very far.
That's not too
Oh,
far.
isn't it?
She was
No.
going from
Oh, shit. Okay.
Corona
It's
to
actually further, probably a
Newport.
harder drive to go to Newport Beach.
way.
Yeah.
It was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Orange Crush.
Yep.
Wow.
So she stopped that.
Okay.
But yeah, no, she's my rock. That's my girl.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's been with me through it all. Been together for almost 16 years,
Nice.
married for 12,
Good for you.
coming up on 11. I'm not good with math. She hates that.
It's 11 or 12.
11. It's 11. It's 11.
I'm confused. Yeah, they all
I'm bad
hate
at
it.
that.
They all hate it.
Haters.
They all hate it,
I-
believe me. I got married, I think. God, sorry, babe.
See? We're
I
all
got
going to get in
married
trouble.
the day after Christmas or the day before.
See?
And I did that on purpose so I'd never forget.
You'd
But
never
now
forget.
honestly, I think it's after. I'm pretty sure it's after.
Ours gets confusing because we got married before it was legal,
Oh,
and
you
then we
did?
had it legalized. But
Right.
we've been together for 16 years,
Nice.
and then
Yeah.
you know, the marriage gets again the times and the
I
dates.
know.
It's all a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus you got the two
I just know I
kids
love
now.
her. We got 2 kids.
How old?
3 and 7.
Wow. So you're just in it.
We are in it. I'm a stay-at-home mom right
Yeah.
now,
Good for you.
and I love it. It's beautiful. Those kids saved my life for sure. Both adopted from birth. Part of the infertility struggle is what spun me all the way down.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I credit my little boy 7, and I'm coming up on 7 years.
Nice. That's really
This month.
awesome.
So I did it for myself, yes, but I couldn't necessarily do it for myself at that time. So I did it for the baby,
Yeah.
for sure. That little boy.
Everyone needs a reason to start.
They do.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, to get you
Just to kick down
I had,
the fucking door.
I had motivation. You
Yeah.
know, I could not do it for myself. I
Yeah.
didn't love myself enough.
Yeah.
I love my wife, but apparently I couldn't do it for her either. But I could do it for that little boy.
Yeah.
Sure.
What was your drug of choice?
Loved it all. Alcohol is what, sent me in, but I love Coke, Adderall, pills, whatever I could get my hands on.
Oh, my kind of girl.
Yeah.
My kind of girl.
I thought you
You know-
smoked crack. Did you ever smoke crack?
I did not.
Wow.
You never freebased.
I did not, and I didn't shoot intravenously. I feel like I'd for sure be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I liked it all. Whatever came my way,
I
I
just
rolled
want to
with the
say
punches.
something. I'm sorry to bug you. I just want to say that when she said she got sober for the kid, I mean, and it was nice, but you were just ready.
Yeah.
So God showed up in your life in the form of the kid.
I was
and
beyond
you were
ready.
there.
I
you were
wanted-
there.
I
Kid or
wanted
no
help.
kid, you'd have done it.
Right, for
Yeah.
sure. But he jump started
Yeah,
it
of course.
for sure. That was not to lead into the hats, but the hats was a big point for me because when I was sick, I didn't know how sick I was or where to go. Like I had so many questions, and even my wife being in healthcare, I was like, do I need to go to rehab? And she's like, I don't think so. Like, let's go to church. Let's try AA. Like,
Yeah.
let's do these things. So I went down the road, and tried all this stuff, and it
Yeah.
didn't quite work. I did get baptized, and I did refine God, and that changed my whole deal, but it didn't heal me. Like that wasn't my turning point.
Yeah.
But I did get baptized, and I was on my knees. I was so ready.
It probably was your turning point. That you just
Yeah.
Yeah.
God does it things like weird and slow sometimes.
For sure. And that was a slow, but that was when I look back, that was the beginning of, it didn't, I thought I was going to go into the water and come up and be like, "Ooh, it's all good."
Right.
And clearly that was not the case, but that was the beginning of like just an opening. I always knew God, but I didn't have a relationship with him until that. My wife grew up in a religious home, but being gay kind of
Like a
altered her.
like a strict one.
Not so strict, but they went to church and they were very involved, and she loved God too, but she was like the seed was planted,
Yeah.
and she was around, and they were always going to this and doing
Yeah.
that and helping these people. And I thought that was beautiful. But again, being gay, like you just didn't always feel welcome.
Right.
And so it took a while for us to figure out, where to go and how to be Christians, and were we accepted and were we loved and
Yeah.
were we going to hell, and what, so that led to a bunch of conflicting avenues.
Right.
And so she had not fallen away, but we just hadn't gone to church. And then I when I was ready, I just said, I'm done, and this is bigger than me. I need something bigger than myself to take this. And I started going to church by myself. I was just all messed up. I would show up, hungover or drink before I go or whatever, and just sitting in the back and just praying. Rock Harbor and Costa Mesa, they were pretty accepting. And I just sat in the back for a while and cried and listened and worshiped, and like that just cracked me open. And I decided to get baptized then. Her whole family came, but I was like a mess. I was such a mess. And so when I went under that water and came back up, I did feel new, and I felt better, but that thing was still there. And so, it took going to treatment to do that. But when I was in treatment and they handed me the book and we started going through the steps, I was like already in, like I already had my higher power. Right. I already loved God. I already knew he was like, that was my way out. I knew what I needed to do. And I was super ready.
Yeah, we want to fight treatment right to the last bone. I mean, even the loved one, you see, a educated nurse knows
Right.
knows.
Yep.
Knows.
And
she knows. She knew. She'd been with you for 7-10 years before you tried. And even she said, don't go, dear.
Well, yeah, not yet. She was like, maybe, but like, it's not so bad. Because to me, I was like, I could handle this. I was still a functioning addict and alcoholic until it got really, really, really bad. And then then it was time. Yeah. Then it was clear to both of us when it was really time. Yeah. But yeah, even that journey was hard. So I had all these questions, and I was still, I still had the things, and my marriage was intact and all that stuff. And I think that's kind of the hardest part, that gray area is like when you don't necessarily have that rock bottom or that that breaking point.
Yeah, like mine when I was working for the CIA, because I'd been up on methamphetamines for,
For sure. Yep. Yeah, that's not enough, right?
No.
Yeah.
But the guy before said that he didn't have a rock bottom either. Physical, it would have been death, that he met a spiritual one. And that seems like what you met also.
For sure.
A spiritual bottom.
Yeah. I mean, I was done too. I mean, aside from the physical, like throwing up every morning and like not wanting to live this way and just being so empty, and a big part of leading me to that was trying to get pregnant. So like people don't look at me and be like, oh, infertility was part of your story. Right. Like I thought I was put on this earth to be a mother. Right. I was easily going to get pregnant. This was just how that was going to go. Damn. And when I couldn't, I mean, we probably tried with me eight times.
What is it? Infertility? What is it called?
IUI. We tried that, and I probably went through that like 8 times. And every time it didn't take, I just went down. And so we stopped with me and we started with my wife, thinking like one of us has to be able to get pregnant. Yeah. She couldn't get pregnant. We found some issues with her. We did IVF with her. Wow. And it was just crazy. We knew we wanted to adopt at some point, but we didn't know when that was going to come. And so God was like, get off this ride and get on to this next. And we is he okay?
You must have to go poop or something.
It's like, I gotta go.
That's the weirdest thing ever. Like he literally like asked you a question and it was like,
peace out. I was gonna drink my rain.
Yep.
No, so so then we were like, all right, let's start the adoption journey, which was in itself pretty stressful, So it was always like, okay, I'm gonna get sober when I get pregnant. Okay, I can't get pregnant, so I just drinking in my garage and lying and just doing all the stuff. And good?
Yeah,
you good?
Barely.
Huh?
Barely. You try to groom yourself and I did mine, shaved my nose and make sure you're and then it starts to drip.
Drip. The nose drip.
Because I have no hairs in there now, and then all of a sudden I'm sitting here and I don't want to stuck my nose in.
I got scared, but I'm happy you're okay.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Fine. God, sorry about that. I apologize. You were right in the middle of stuff. I was trying to hang on for you. You were staring at my nose. I could tell.
Nope, you're clear. You look good.
Yeah.
But so we got on the adoption train, and so then I was like, when we're matched with the birth mother, I'll stop. Then I was like, no, that was pretty stressful too, because like, is she still are we gonna get this baby? Is the baby?
Oh God.
And then it was like,
Because can they pull out?
they can, you know, we were matched with Brixton, my 7-year-old's birth mom, 5 months before she gave birth. So they could at any time. Yeah. With her, it was beautiful. Like that story was beautiful. We have an open adoption with her. The journey to the second baby was it was awful. It was a roller coaster. All of the things you hear, the horror stories, the scams. Like we had 2 birth mothers that weren't even pregnant. And we were working with
Oh my God!
It was crazy.
Seriously?
But yeah. So even the first one being so beautiful was so stressful still, because so then I was like, okay, when we're matched, I'll stop. No, when we have the baby, I'll stop.
And in the food,
kept,
did you have to make sure she's eating well?
Yeah, she was good. She was perfect. She was she just was young and knew that she couldn't give him the life that we could.
Right.
And it was kind of without disclosing too much, they were kind of like a one night stand hookup.
Yeah.
And but they ended up kind of being together and hanging out. But her situation was so different than our second one, and our second one was born fully addicted to meth and THC. So, but at that point, I'm like, what better person, you know, because you sign off, like, we take a baby with this and these special needs and all this, and we're like, bring them, like, bring this baby. Like, what better person to raise this child and get him through withdrawals in the NICU? Oh, it was awful. Than me, you know. So we have this beautiful baby, and there's
Good for you.
No issues.
It's a stressful time. My brother did the that.
Yeah, IVF or adoption.
You know, IVF.
Yeah.
And it took. They had a lady, and they took my sister-in-law's egg.
Wow.
And his seed, and they put it in the lady.
Yep.
But they had the stress of, you know, feeding this lady and making sure she's healthy and the birth and all that. So it's very stressful.
It's pretty stressful. Yeah. And so by the time he was born, I was like so gone.
Well, and add in right to the last minute, they could pull out and say, sorry,
and
we're
the birth father
him.
almost didn't, you know, so we were, so it's just, you know, here I thought I was put on this earth to be a mom and I couldn't produce a child, but now I don't even have control of like whether or not I get that baby. So all that pressure just kind of came crumbling down, and it was bad. So by the time he was born, I was like the messiest I've ever been, you know, like I partied all through things and had my stuff, but at this point, I was like physically addicted. I was like in my garage. I was a massage therapist at the time, and I drank, you know, like a ton before, and then I drive. I had a DUI, and then I was drinking in my massage therapy. I don't even want to say this. I could lose my license, but in the treatment rooms, it was it was dark in there, and I would like hide my like Jameson in the hamper, and as a massage, I'd turn the lights all the way down, and I would just be like what am I doing? And then on my lunch, I would take my tips and go to the bar down the way, get plastered, come back, massage more, go back to the bar after, spend the rest of my tips, and then drive home.
Wow. Which
I'm not proud of, but and then my wife would be like, "Cool, where's all your tips?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know, no cash chips," you know. So I started lying to her and doing all that. It was bad, you know. So anyway, by the time when Brixton was born, I saw a baby walking in here. I don't know whose it was, but maybe it was somebody coming to visit, but it just threw me back to like my 5-month-old coming to visit me in treatment. So my wife was working at Hogue on the 7th floor of telemetry, and I was in treatment at Solmar on the ground level. And so she, bless her heart, she would like come down and like wave to me over the fence. And I just remember her bringing in my 5-month-old baby, and I was like, this is why, you know, this is never thinking you're going to be there. You know, like I was a Division I athlete. I was like, I had all this stuff in front of me. Like this was not how my life was supposed to go. Here I am in treatment, but it's like, that's what woke me up. That was the humility. That was made me humble, you know, like this is how my life is going to be moving forward. And I think when you look at yourself like that, you're like, this is who you are. And like, I think that's when you make a decision to either keep going and become better, go on that journey, or you like back out. Yeah. And I was ready. I was ready to fight the fight and be the person I was supposed to be. Thank God. God willing, I never went back to treatment. That was it. My one and done. Again, thank God for, you know, for now, you know, it's at any second that could be taken away, but, yeah, it was crazy. It's a crazy ride. And that's just like a little part of the story, but, what brought me to my knees was the infertility, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's heavy.
It is heavy. And I thought, for a long time I didn't share my story, not because I didn't want to, but because I thought it didn't matter. Like I didn't have a crazy impactful story like Jenny or Fausto, and I didn't articulate it that way. But then I think I fooled myself into believing it didn't matter, but when I started sharing, it was like people were able to relate to different aspects of my story, whether it's being gay in a small town or being an athlete in college or infertility or all these like little things that I really didn't think mattered. People clung to the most, like being a normal person.
One of our biggest podcasts is the most normal
stuff
business alcoholic who had never told his story outside of Alcoholics Anonymous in 24 years.
Wow.
And it just like people could relate to it.
It's so raw. Yeah, that was me. I mean, I sat in meetings for a while. I love AA. It gave me a great foundation. I think I've kind of found a way through service and through God and through the Hat Project. I mean, that's my jam, is like God, family, and this Hat Project, being able to help people. Like
we love that, because like that we like I've worked all 12 steps. I've worked a couple times. I've worked the traditions. I used to be really big in that community, and I'm just not anymore.
Right.
When I relapsed and I fell, and there was a lot of shame and guilt, and I just got tired of hearing people say stupid shit to me. Yep. It's supposed to be a loving community, and I wasn't finding that here. So I found a different way to live my life through different types of service. And, and now I'm all about the Recover Out Loud movement.
Same. There's such power in it.
Yeah, because even if you fall, it doesn't matter. Like Alcoholics Anonymous thing about like being anonymous was they didn't want to embarrass the program, because then people can say, it doesn't work. See, it doesn't work. Look at Robert Downey Jr. fell down. Right. It didn't work.
Well,
But everybody knows that Robert Downey Jr. goes to fucking Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, words out on the street.
Rumor has it.
Rumor has it. He's at this particular meeting. No, I'm just kidding.
It's true.
It's funny who you see in those meetings in LA. That's for sure.
Yeah, it is.
But I think the Recover Out Loud thing it's huge.
I mean, we have to now with this fentanyl. Yeah. We have to.
We always say people know what the addict looks like, right? You know what the addict, well, not necessarily, but like people know what addiction looks like, but not everybody knows what recovery looks like,
or what it even can look like. And it can manifest in so many different ways.
And it's without speaking up or without sharing your story, which again, that was not my favorite part, but I realized there's so much power in it, and talking to people and just relating, and community it's like all about it, hope, community.
Yeah. It's becoming much bigger than any one anonymous program.
Yeah.
It really is. And it's okay to not be in an anonymous program.
Sure.
It's okay to be in an anonymous program. It's not okay to tell other people that they're never going to make it if they're not an anonymous program.
Great.
And it's also not okay for us to be like that place is a cult and it's stupid and it's garbage.
1000%.
Because, and that's unity.
Yep. And that feels good. What do you do here? Do you offer the 12 steps?
Yeah, we do.
And then you offer different.
We also offer a Christian track.
Love it.
We also offer a non-traditional, way of healing.
See, and that's so important, because then people can, like, they can't be like, oh, it wasn't for me. It's like, you can find something here that's gonna work for you. You can.
No excuses.
Yeah.
The only weird thing is like, because everything's like insurance based these days, right? And so insurance companies they ask us, what step are they on?
Really?
Do they have a sponsor? But yet we can't,
because they want to have that.
But we can't bill for insurance. Why aren't they going to meetings then? If they're not going to 12-step meeting, what are they doing? Mm-hmm. Which is fine. We do have answers to all of those questions. But again, this movement is way bigger than just the fuck fentanyl thing or my son-in-law. This is like, we're really being like screwed by insurance companies. Right. The government has no idea what they're doing when it comes to addiction treatment and mental health treatment. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of money to get these people off the streets. Yep. I mean, I don't know how. I don't. Sometimes things do become political.
Sure.
Because politicians politicize everything. Yep. Everything. You know, and and this movement is not political. This is a movement of unity, bringing everybody together. You know, to help people, like fucking a sober movement.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's not cool to be, you know, out there in the club. You could find me. I don't think you could find 50 Cent in the club anymore. No. You know, for real. Like he ain't in the club.
No, he's not.
He's in the billionaire club.
Well, and this
That's
generation
where he
is kind of like all about that too. Like they're realizing they don't necessarily have to do these things. You know, like the drinking sales are down. Yeah. You know, I mean, this generation is kind of. It's interesting to watch how they're.
Boy, they're big. Evolving. You know who's going to be pissed off at people like us? Who? The people that should be pissed off at people like us. Big pharma. They should be pissed off. Big alcohol.
For sure.
The government.
Bring them. Bring them all. No, it's good. I mean, that's the hat too. You know, if I don't, it started during COVID.
Oh, I have headphones. I was about to put it on my head, and I was like, wait, this isn't gonna
But that's
work.
the epitome of recovering out loud, right? So when I was so sick, if I would have just seen somebody to ask a couple questions to, like, dude, like, what's going on with me, or like, what do I do next? Because I went to an AA meeting and they were basically like, where'd you go to treatment? And I was like, this is my treatment. Like, where do I go? What do I do? You know, I was desperate for help. I tried a therapist who fell asleep on me. I was just, you know, like, I got baptized. I did all these things and like nothing was helping. So finally, you know, we had a breaking point on a vacation, and when we came back, we're like, you're going to treatment. So that was it. But I needed a breaking point to really make me see. But if I would have seen somebody, I would have totally approached somebody and been like, oh, what do I do? You know, or how do I do it? Or, and I wasn't in a place necessarily to sponsor anybody at that time, but I knew that I could get them the resources. And so I could get them to where I could get them to a meeting. I could get them to talk to somebody who knew a little bit more than me. I could get them help. I could help them in some way. You know, I had things to offer, and I put it on a hat, and it was during COVID. It was a little patch hat to begin with. I just wanted to see what happened because I was feeling like people were needing help and like struggling. I was just getting that feeling. We were still going to church and it was outside, and we were still going to the gym and it was outside. So I was still around a select people. I worked to the gym and I was approached almost in like 15 minutes. A woman came up to me like sobbing, and I was like, you know, what's wrong? And she's like, my daughter, she's sick. I don't know what to do for her. Can you give me some answers? And I like talked to her for like 15 minutes. I was like, this is awesome. You know, I talked to her. She ended up getting her daughter into treatment. Little things like that. And then I worked at church, and somebody else approached me like, hey, my dad is in recovery. So cool. You know, it opened up. It's a vehicle to tell my story, give hope, and like share. The amount of people that have come up to me and just shared their story, and I've been able to share mine, is just mind blowing. And it makes you feel, it's a little thing, right? Again, I'm not in it for the money, but I said, if I could help one person, like my job is done. Like I've probably lost more money than we've made. It's not for that. It's to help. It's literally to help. Like that's the only goal. It's real. It's genuine. It's raw. And it's like, that's all we want to do. And so the people that respond to it, it's like real, recognize real, right? Like the people that respond to it and the people that wear those are the ones that really, they're fired up. And we see the most, the biggest effect in sober livings or people coming out of treatment, that, you know, they're excited. They're ready for this new life. They're not necessarily ready to sponsor somebody, but they have something to offer, and they put these hats on, and it starts that conversation. It allows them to be of service without being like, who needs me to be of service? It lets you.
It is a nice icebreaker. If you're out in public and someone's looking for someone to talk to, they have nobody. And
it's bold, right?
It's an icebreaker.
It's a bold statement. Yeah. It's a bold t-shirt. It's a bold hat, but it's like for those of us that live that life, and like, that's our mission, you know, your pain is your purpose and your message is your message. It's like, it gives you that purpose for sure. And it just allows you to approach it in a different way.
Yeah. So. I like it.
Yeah, so do I.
It's been a fun little, it's a legit project, right?
Yeah.
It's not my means of surviving, but it's given me.
It can be. My thought on it is like I always like I always am since day one of Hope by the Sea.
Mm-hmm.
We created that because we wanted to be an ethical treatment center. This was back in 2002 when insurance didn't pay for treatment. We just wanted to be an ethical treatment center. Yep. And I always said that if my last client was a free client, then I've done my job, you know, and I feel like because of that, I've been allowed to, you know, make a living doing what I love versus, you know, putting money out on the table first.
Totally.
Just like this movement. I mean, this movement is this movement. Like I already have a job. Like Shane and I don't get paid to sit here for 4 hours today. Yeah. You know?
Yep.
But
passion.
It is. This is a movement, and you know, at the end of the day, the movement could make money, and that's great. But if it does, you can guarantee that a shit ton of that money is going to be thrown right back into this community because that's what I do.
That's what we do.
You know,
yeah,
totally. I don't want people to have to suffer out on the streets and not have an opportunity to get help because they don't have health insurance.
Thank you.
Especially, and I mean this for everybody, but especially our veterans.
Yep.
Like, you know, we get to do this right here, and you know, and you get to live your life because these people
put theirs on the line
for like
and
nothing.
We throw them to the side.
Yeah, and then they come back, and we give them worse health care than you have in Canada.
Yep.
like they should have the top notch.
I agree.
Platinum PPO plan.
Breaks my heart.
Where they can go to any
other
damn doctor that they want to and get the best
at any time.
Yep.
When they need it, deserve it. Because 22 people wouldn't die every day from suicide if they had amazing health care.
Yeah,
it's true.
And when I say that, I mean mental health care.
Yeah.
You know, a veteran can't just call up a mental health facility. And look, the government sucks at running things. They really do. Like they're not. You know, you can't get top notch people to run your rehab when it's government funded.
Right.
You know,
does the VA
$17 billion?
The VA has stuff, but it's like you either can't get in or you know there's a line, and
they don't offer any kind of scholarship to come to a place. Like if they choose to come.
Well, they do have something now, which is called the Community Care Network. They just have not perfected it to get them in immediately. Like, you know, you and I call somewhere, right? We have insurance,
right?
If I'm like, and when I say suicidal, I mean not enough to get a 5150,
right.
But I'm really thinking about it. But if I went to the hospital, they would let me go.
Yep.
But you and I, we could call up a private sector treatment center, whether it be a mental health place or whatever, and be in within 4 to 6 hours.
Yep.
They're, you know, 4 to 6 weeks.
And it's long.
No, that's when you die. Yeah. You have a window of time. Like if somebody's like mental health plus meth.
Right.
You know, and a meth addict's calling you because they ran out and they're coming down and they're realizing what a mess their life is. You got about 4 to 6 hours. If they go pick up, it's another couple weeks before they coming down again.
Yeah.
So like it's not fair. It's heartbreaking, and I feel that way for everybody. People that don't have insurance, you know, there's enough money in this country if we spend wisely. You know, I can, you know, and I can even understand and be like, okay, yes, we do need to send money to other countries because there is a world problem. But we've got to take care of our own people too. You know, we really do. And mental health is mental health and addiction is a bigger crisis. It's a bigger epidemic. It's a bigger pandemic than COVID.
It's of more importance than even the war
Right.
outside of America. I'm sorry. I'm going to fucking say it.
Right. No. What do we do though? So, like again, this feels like one of those things like the fentanyl thing. It's like, we know there's a problem. We want to fix it. Like, how do you gain that movement? Like, what do we do as a community to help that or change that? I mean, talking to our representatives, stuff like that. But I mean, how do we really make a difference? Like that's what I'm interested in as a whole and as a community. Like these big problems. Like, what do we do?
Big problems.
You feel like I feel like you've got the answers.
I do. We have to bring, the movement has to get big enough.
Yeah.
I like to think that, people stand beside us, not behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in the recovery community,
Right.
And we come together and that we force change.
Mm-hmm.
We force them to write legislation
Right.
that stops this crisis. They can write legislation that everybody gets treatment, and this is how much we're willing to pay. It has to be a number though that works for us and works for them when it comes to treatment. Right?
And a plan, bro.
You can't do you can't do treatment for.
That's what I feel like. There's never any plan.
The plan, money's good, but the plan. You know what I mean?
There has to be a full written plan.
Full. They pissed away $17 billion on the homeless this year.
It can't be written by lawyers.
Fuck no.
With 1,000 holes in it.
No.
That
doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't, and that's what they specialize. I always say they. Whenever I say they, and I say this on this podcast, I'm always talking about the government
The
because,
government.
like when I was high,
When you were working
when I was
for
high
them.
high on meth, they
know the ins and the outs of the
they
government.
were looking for me. Everybody's always like they, right? When they're talking about
Those guys.
Those guys.
Those bastards.
No, it gets me fired up because I
Yeah.
want to be a part of this for real. And it's like, there's got to be stuff we can do, And I feel like I'm always ready to do things, but I don't necessarily know what the next step is. And I think there's a lot of people out there like that. They want to help. They want to be involved. So I'm excited to see what's up your sleeve.
I'm excited to see what's up my sleeve
Yeah,
too.
we're excited.
Never know.
Yeah, I really don't. Like I bring people like you and other people into my lives that have ideas, and we come together and we form a plan.
Right.
And like sometimes I have this weird relationship with God where all of a sudden I'll be like,
Yeah.
there it is.
Isn't it cool when that happens? I love
It's so
that.
amazing.
Like,
It usually happens in the weirdest places too. I'm not like, I won't be like sitting here.
I agree.
I'll be like, somewhere driving
so
on the
random.
freeway and or taking a shower in the morning, and I'm like,
Bang. Nope. Yeah, he gave me that while I was rocking my baby boy, and I felt it. Like when you feel it's so little, it's a little thing, but it's like I felt that was shing. It's a zap. Like this is what I'm supposed to do. This is my word from him. This is. I'm speaking through.
I mean,
you.
it is all of this stuff. It is swag.
Yeah.
Like we have to have swag that it represents the fact that we're with this movement.
Right.
We have to have trusted individuals that can speak
Right.
bipartisanly.
Yes, that's important. It is because or else you lose.
It truly
bunch
is
of people.
bipartisanly, and yes, because you do.
Whether you think you will or not, it's
Oh,
just
you
people
will.
tune out real fast.
Oh yeah. If I came on this podcast wearing a MAGA hat, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose a shit ton of people.
It's true.
You
That
know
is
what
true.
I mean?
But you might gain some too. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Could gain, could
I
lose.
could gain, but I'm not gonna gain what
Maybe
I'm looking
you
for.
should run for president.
I mean, if we'd have to change legislation because
Yeah.
I am currently uneligible to run for.
Why?
Background check.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't pass it.
Well,
No.
let's work on that first, and then we can
Yeah,
take it to the next level.
maybe maybe I could get a governor. Maybe Gavin can. Gavin, are you listening? Can I get a pardon?
Yeah, I don't
Full
think
pardon?
so. Yeah, not happening.
I just hit myself with the microphone. It made me laugh.
Did we catch that on camera?
Mark it.
Who's it? Were you on me?
Okay, good.
Too
Dang
bad.
it.
Damn it.
I can. Right?
You hit your head and I'll go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh. We need
Holy
more
Jesus.
rain.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Rain is good.
No.
Shane doesn't.
No, I don't.
It's finally calming down.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
barely, though.
Thank
I
God.
always want to jump in, but I'm holding back.
You
I'm
can't
holding
your
back.
Don't let him out.
I'm holding back.
We
Don't
let
let
him,
him
we
out
let
of
him
the
off
cage.
his leash. Yeah, I actually did say cage the other day. I said you can't let Shane out of the cage for too long.
Too long.
He starts destroying things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You sing?
we just want to help. Vera,
Knew it.
what
that
has
voice.
become of you?
Please,
beautiful.
It's not good.
Does anybody here remember
I don't want to be.
Vera Lynn?
I don't want to be the parent that says that you can sing good and then you end up
You're
on
gonna start smoking crack good, bro.
you end up on American Idol
Right?
and everybody's laughing at you.
There you go.
That happens.
Like,
It does happen.
Chad-
my
Why
mom
would they
said
ever let
no.
those people on? I know. That mom should go to jail. That mom out there who says your kid is good and you throw them on the stage, stop it.
I agree.
They're not good.
You're not helping.
Tell them they're not good.
Who are you talking to?
Talking to the mic.
Oh, you're talking to the
I'm
camera.
talking to the
I'm
camera.
just kidding.
Fuck.
Who taught us to talk to the camera the other day?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I forget. We saw some.
I haven't
people
looked at the
this
camera
last week.
once, but
It's right there.
It's right there.
I'm in
You
it
got
now.
that
That's
one.
yours.
Yeah.
You got
Oh, say
anything-
something.
You got anything?
Say
you
something
wanna
in the
say to them?
world. Just say anything.
It's like weird though. Like, I mean, I can do it and be like, yes,
Mm-hmm.
no, I will run for president of the United States of America if you allow me to.
I like
that was
it.
pretty good.
I'll back you.
That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I actually would be fair. I would be
can see it.
I would be a fair human being.
We need someone like you there. I think that listens.
I would do a better job. And okay, don't take this wrong in any way, shape, or
God.
form.
There we go.
Don't take this. I would do a better job than Donald Trump. and I mean that because like financially he did a really good job.
Did a great job financially.
But he really pissed a lot of people off. You can't piss everybody off like
it's not
that.
a good look.
It really is not.
Yeah.
You can't do what you set out to do if you
No, you
piss
can't.
people off. Yeah. Yep.
That's the one problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But
the,
you also
that's
can't
the
make
ma-
everybody happy. So
That's
it's
the major flaw in the character.
a tough job. Yeah. It's a small character flaw.
Too bad.
I don't know if that would be a lot of pressure though because people just talk crap about you.
When they all want something from you. So it's like, what's your agenda? Everyone's got one.
You know, what is the agenda?
Yeah.
What is everybody's agenda?
That's the thing.
It's hard to find out. Day to day, it changes.
It
right?
changes from day to day, moment to moment.
And people think they want something, but they want something else. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely don't want to give away stuff for free. I think what's good is you know, there are people that we must take care of. We must take care of old people. We must take care of people that are like can't work, like really severely disabled.
Right.
But there's other people that can work that are disabled that we could teach them how to have a better job.
I agree.
A different kind of job. There's so much stuff we can
Yeah,
do.
we hired those guys back in Canada.
Yeah.
Slightly handicapped.
I mean, you might want to
Yeah.
look around the world and see what's working in some
Yeah.
places.
There's an interesting. So one of my partners they're not handicapped, but it's people coming out of incarceration and recovery, and part of 10% of every purchase goes in this pot, this little pot of. At first, it was a scholarship I wanted it for single moms that couldn't afford treatment or didn't have insurance, but it was so little that it wasn't really helping. It would be like throwing you guys itty bitty dollar, but it was more than I had to give. So one of the partners I partner with is a Vantage Point, and they kind of help people get back on their feet. So what we do pay for is their forklift certification, and that allows them to be trained, have a
that's cool.
skill,
Yeah.
and be able to take that with them as opposed to just throwing them out there. So at least they have something to create an income and find work. So we found that that's kind of the best help that our money, where our money can go.
I agree.
Because they're wanting to stay sober, they're needing a skill and they're acquiring a skill, and then they have these people that place them in the production world, LA, Coachella, stuff like that, and they're able to work a really cool job, meet some cool people, and all that kind of helps them stay on track. So I don't know.
Yeah, that stuff's important because
cool.
actually, like we don't rehabilitate.
Huge. We don't at all.
We don't rehabilitate.
Right.
I mean, there's so much.
Everybody ends
We're a
up.
mess.
We are. This is a mess.
Everything's
Yep.
every country's a mess, though. You know, but we could do better.
I'll tell you what I was watching or reading the other day that they took out life skills from school.
What?
So when I was growing up, there were shops
Metal
class.
shop.
Metal shop,
Home ec.
Oh, yeah,
cooking.
Yeah.
They taught us how to clean, how to fold our clothes, how
Yeah.
to brush our teeth.
Right.
We lost those skills.
We have.
And that's what
They've removed that
that's
from-
that's what we're missing now in society, is that, call it middle, whatever.
I did hear that, but I didn't know that they had actually removed.
My kids don't go to shops.
Really?
Shops class.
They
It's
go
in
to
grade
computer
8, grade
class, or
9.
they go to something technology.
They're not going to
Coding.
another school to do technology. To do
Uh-huh. Wow.
I remember getting on a bus, going to another, doing woodwork.
Right.
doing
Same.
work.
I made a wooden clock.
Yeah, bro. So did I. Exactly.
I baked cookies. I
That
sewed
is
a
gone.
vest.
Yeah.
I took so in my my age group, it used to be you could only do metal shop, wood shop if you were a boy,
Mm-hmm.
and you could only do home economics
Yeah.
if you were a
Really?
girl.
Wow.
Yes, but the year that I got there,
You took home economics.
I did.
So did I.
They made us take both, which was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
So did I.
But-
I had to take both.
They didn't. They just started offering where the boys could choose to do
Yeah.
home ec. So I took home ec.
Did
and-
you?
Yeah, I did.
You were secure in yourself.
I
You're like, I'm
was.
gonna
I
bake
was
my
like,
own
dude,
cookies.
I don't want to. I just didn't want to hang out with all the dudes. I was going to
Hang out with the girls.
Yeah,
Smart man.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, I don't believe me. Dudes are like, what? I don't like
guys.
I don't like
I don't
dudes.
really like them that much. not that I'm, you know, there's good men in the world.
There are good
really
men.
are good men in the world.
I agree.
You know,
There are good men.
just got to find them.
Yep.
And then there's Shane.
And there's Shane.
Shane's a good man.
Are you guys both dads?
Yeah.
Fathers? Cool.
Yeah. 3 kids each.
3.
2 girls, 1 boy.
Nice.
2 girls, 1
2
boy.
girls, 1 boy.
Yeah.
Mine are older.
Yeah.
I have a 22-year-old daughter.
Wow.
I have a 17-year-old son,
Yeah.
and my other daughter just turned 15 yesterday.
Oh, wow. You're in it too, though, in a different way. I think when you have teenagers and
Yeah,
It's
He's
hard.
getting ready to send his to college, not next year, but the year after.
yeah.
Yeah.
My son's gonna be
Grade
a
11.
senior.
Yeah.
awesome.
It's cool.
He's a good kid.
It's good stuff.
Being a parent is cool.
Yeah,
It changes your whole perspective
Yep.
on life.
being a father to a girl
Mm-hmm.
is also really cool. It's cool to have a son too, but
Right.
like it's it for me, for a man,
Mm-hmm.
it's taught me to be different.
Right. How to treat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you treated them fine, but having
Yeah,
a
but-
daughter,
Yeah.
yeah, switches it all.
So I kind of like, you know, I got sober for the very first time because when my 22-year-old was born, it changed my life. And like, I couldn't do it for me. I didn't have I had no reason really to live. I had no reason to be sober, or do anything. And when I held her for the first time, it changed my life.
Yeah. It's life
And
changing.
I was like, I don't want to live that way anymore. If I continue down this road, I'm going to be dead. So I always tell my 22-year-old daughter the reason why everything in our life exists is because she was born.
Yep. That's what I tell my oldest as well.
Yep.
Call him my angel baby.
Yeah.
It changes.
She is legitimately my angel, and she's the one that found her fiance dead on 9/11.
That story.
And I got that phone call at 7:30 a.m. screaming.
That's your baby.
Yeah,
In pain.
she's still in pain.
I bet.
It's rough.
That's awful.
You know, it hasn't even been a year yet, and it's just going to be rougher as it comes up on that year.
So hard.
Yeah. So, you know, we're just going to keep pushing. Like I was kind of saying earlier, like I don't have anything else to do. I mean, I have my companies. I've set them up. They run themselves. I mean, I'm still involved and I make decisions, but like I have a trustworthy team. Like, and so, you know, when they sold that fentanyl to my son-in-law and they killed him, they fucked with the wrong guy.
Yep. Fired up now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we just lost our basketball teammate a couple, like 5 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
we got his jersey outside there.
Yeah, my mom just brought his
Yeah.
jersey. My mom and
Yeah.
I think Rayanne.
Yeah.
We're gonna hang his jersey in my basketball court downstairs.
Fentanyl too.
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
crazy.
just like, I'm just like, I'm done, man.
Right.
I'm done being quiet.
Right.
I have all the resources in the world to be this person,
God
to be
put
this.
you right
He
here,
did.
right now.
Yeah, he did. He truly did.
Beautiful timing. Beautiful timing.
And we just came back from the West Coast Symposium, so I'd like to shout them out because
I got to get there. I
it
hear
was
it's
it was the best symposium this year. Almost 1,500 people showed up. The two ladies that run it. I mean, there's three ladies that really run it. There's probably more people, but they're the ones that help me and they put it together. And I'm emailing back and forth with them all the time. And they allowed us to bring the podcast there, and I mean, it was just good times.
the purpose of the symposium is it's treatment centers coming together, kind of community, just
and therapists you can get continued education credits. There's lots of it's to continue to move forward. There's lots of trainings and different stuff, innovative stuff, and what's happening in the treatment world. There's business development opportunities. There's so many things.
love it.
Yeah.
I heard your booth was going off.
Our booth,
With the basketball.
our booth was popping.
You have the best stuff.
It was
Best promo.
Yeah, wait till next year. Next year's going. We already have a half plan of what's happening next year.
Off the hook.
Planning ahead.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come out.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put your hats out there because
Oh,
we're
yeah, for sure.
gonna next year we're gonna have swag ourselves too. It's the Hopeaholics swag and
People want
Yeah.
that. I heard.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
those jerseys.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sick jerseys.
People
Yep.
like that stuff.
I'm wearing
It's-
mine sleeveless next year.
Are you?
No. Not.
Because I'll start working out right now if we are. Let me know. It's going to be 1 year of arms only.
So you can have these skinny ass legs.
Yeah. No
Just
legs, no upper body,
just
just
rock,
arms.
just like rock arms.
Yeah, two arms off some 6'9", 500-pound guy. Yeah. They'll be dragging on the fucking floor because my back will be so crooked. They'll be so heavy. Shit.
You guys.
So tell me about what the dive into the hats.
Yeah.
What's this movement?
It's just the Recover Out Loud, It's
Nice.
like it just gave me a vehicle to tell my story and help as many people as I could. And as I meet more people that are in that same, again, it came about through COVID, just feeling detached from my program. And I was feeling like there were just people that needed help. And I just wanted to see if it would help one person. And it kind of, there was something going on at the time, Clubhouse, which was an app. And it was kind of an audio app, so you could just drop into meetings anytime.
Yeah.
And I got on there and I made a bunch of friends. That's kind of where I met Alika there, Fausto, met just a ton of really good connections and started talking, sharing my story. And that was the first time I had shared my story, was on that app. Because I wasn't in a group and I wasn't in front of people and it allowed me to kind of use my voice. And through that, people were kind of responding. And, they'd look me up and they'd look the hats up and they'd buy a hat. And I was, pushing 10%. I really wanted to raise some money for a specific person at the time, get her off the streets and get her into treatment. She said she was ready. So I was on a mission. We did a Kickstarter, we did a fundraiser, we did all this stuff, and she ended up not going. So that was kind of my first lesson of really putting my heart on the line and wanting to help somebody specific. And I was okay, we all know you can't force someone into treatment, but she said she was ready. So I wanted to give her that opportunity, but that kind of just, kick-started, just a burst of energy that I wanted to move this momentum forward with these people that wanted to do the same thing. So people started buying the hats and all these stories started rolling in about, how they got to share their story or somebody approached them or they bought it for somebody that they loved, that they were supporting. And just it's fuzzy wuzzy feelings,
Yeah.
but it was really cool to see it spread. And then people just wanted to help the project. So I started getting a bunch of donations in and it just went from there. So, I mean, we put a little bit of our money in to begin with, but since then it's functioned solely off of donations and purchases of the hat. So, it eventually just goes, like you said, goes right back into the community.
Yeah.
And if they want a hat, how?
If they want a hat, they can visit the website, helpfulhatsproject.com.
Helpfulhatsproject.com.
Correct. Or Instagram. So on Instagram too, we kind of started this whole Recover Out Loud community. I don't have that many followers, but like what we do is plug everybody in.
We do.
What we do. See, my 7-year-old's going to laugh at that too.
Yeah, baby.
He's like, Mom, you said
it. She said it. She said it. Do you have a doo-doo story? You have a doo-doo story?
No, we're not doing
Bro,
that.
whenever someone says doo-doo, we have to tell a story.
No, we're not doing
All right.
You tell
That's
it.
fine. No,
I don't
already
have a
told
doo-doo
his
story.
poop.
I told mine already.
Poop
Oh, I
story.
did
That
hear
was the
that.
last
In the
doo-doo.
pajamas?
Yes.
Oh, in the long underwear?
Yes. In the socks. Yes. Warm.
That was the most uncomfortable 15 minutes of my life
Believe
He's
me,
checked
mine
out.
too. Mine too, bro. Mine
between
too.
you and Breezy.
Right?
It's like I'm good.
All right. Sorry. I didn't mean to be so
Actually
immature.
No, I like
Go
it. The
ahead.
doo-doo. Yeah, so the Instagram too, which is cool. Helpful Hats Project just connects a bunch of people recovering out loud. I mean, that's what we're all about, sharing our story, helping people, and letting them, like the message is just to not give up. And like, there's a whole community of people that want to help, like legit help, like
For
not
no
just
reason at all.
For no reason at all.
Isn't that weird?
And it feels so good because I was always so terrible at accepting help and so scared to ask for help. And now it's like, no, I really just want to help you I just want to help, give you some resources, give you some people.
Good for you.
Oh, dang.
So yeah, it's
We just followed you back.
awesome.
I was just checking.
He's like, who's this chick harassing me?
Do we follow them? Better follow them.
Helpinghats.com.
Helping Hats. I found it, guys. It was really easy. I just typed in Helping Hats,
Yeah,
and all of a sudden there it was.
it's
Nice.
the helpful
The
hats.
Helpful Hats.
Oh yeah,
Project.
no, helpful.
The Helpful Hats
I'm
Project.
sorry. I actually put Helpful Hats.
Damn, sorry. Helpful Hats.
It's all
Project.
right.
The
It's all right.
Helpful Hats.
And the beauty of it though is that it's all grassroots. Like we did
Yeah.
nothing. We've done no advertising. We've done, it's purely on Instagram and it's pure like that's it, know. When people ask me to come do podcasts, I do that, but that's really, it could be bigger than it is, but I really want it just to be a genuine, like organic roots, and just grow from there. Meet people like you. I feel like God puts me in the right place at the right time. And I believe that. I believe that the right people connect through the right ways. And so he's brought me here.
Yeah, it's cool. I like the hats too.
They're cool. They're basic. They're trucker hats, They keep
trucker hats are cool.
keep
Though.
the sun out of your eyes.
They don't work on my head.
no,
They keep
the
sun-
back part.
Huh?
The back part.
On the. I don't wear a hat though.
I don't either anymore.
That's why we made t-shirts.
Yeah.
But again,
I wear a t-shirt.
The in your face thing, like ask me how to get sober. Like people were saying, put that on a t-shirt because I don't wear a hat. So now it's on a t-shirt. You can wear it to the gym.
You know what I do wear?
What do you wear?
Beanies.
I made beanies too.
Oh, nice.
But they don't say ask me how to get sober, but they do rep the project, but that might be the next round.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's basic, but it keeps me connected.
And you're doing something. If everyone did
Right.
fucking the little thing,
Right.
we wouldn't be in this mess that we're in right now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
It gives a
Let's face
purpose too, Like
Yeah,
it's
she's
like
not a taker. She's given. She's given back to the fucking
back.
community.
it's more, like the little bit of money that we do raise was more money than I had on my own to just
Right?
donate.
Yeah,
So
man.
and it's people helping. It's like it feels good to them. They don't necessarily maybe don't want a hat or maybe they do, but it's like if I buy a hat, I know 10% of this is going to help,
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm all about it. We're gonna just keep doing stuff like this and keep promoting this type of stuff, and especially your stuff since you're a hopeaholic now.
I'm a hopeaholic.
Yep. All you have to do to be a hopeaholic is actually come do a podcast.
That's it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, you can be a hopeaholic without doing the podcast. You just don't get to sign the wall.
No.
You guys do need the merch though, because
Oh, yeah.
We need
People
the
want
merch.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah, we're a little.
They want Chad and me on their fucking shirts, right? Come on, man. No, I don't think so.
true.
I'll tell you what. That
I like it.
That
Be a million people wearing our faces soon, bro. Million people
wearing our faces.
wearing our faces, bro.
Wearing
Million
our
people, bro. Million people.
I mean, my nose is really wide right there.
Bro, they're both the same.
Huh?
They're both the same.
I think they did your nose, not mine. It should have been like two different noses.
Good for you,
'cause,
bro.
yeah,
Good for you.
I'm not,
You got a Jewish nose now.
I do.
You got a Jewish nose on the shirt. That's good stuff.
I like it. It's
Yeah.
a cool logo.
Yeah.
No, you guys are dialed in. I love it. I love what you're doing. I love where you're taking it. I love how like the traction you're getting. I mean,
Yeah, we're gonna take it to the next. Just gonna continue to take it to the next level. You know, every single day of my life, I manifest this thing to becoming, you know, the biggest movement to ever hit the recovery community. I keep the, you know, the humility and the, because this I say this all the time, like Shane, I don't really care. I don't care. I don't want to have notoriety, but I have to have notoriety.
Right.
But this is not about Shane or I. This is about the Hopeaholics. This is about creating this movement. I'm not going to be the face of this movement forever. You know, at some point, I'm going to want to walk away and give this to some young people.
Or he could be assassinated. We don't know. We're not sure.
Hey, you know what? If I die for this, that's fine with me as well. You know, at least
but that's why it's going to work.
Yeah.
Because the intention behind it is so
pure.
True.
Yeah.
And people respond to that because
that's sincere.
Yeah. Yep.
There's not much left in today's fucking world. Sincerity is a dying thing.
Sincerity and just keeping it real. It's like so hard to find. But when you find it, you know.
Yeah, it's people gravitate towards it.
And they recognize, I think, you know, the people that are all jumping on board, they get it.
Yeah, people do get it.
Yeah.
I think that you know, people get it more than you know, and the mainstream media as a whole, they think that we're dumb. they you know, no, we're not.
Pretty smart.
We're not dumb. We don't believe you anymore. You know, this is about unity. We can all come together, regardless of what. I wish I had the tradition memorized in my head, but then I'd probably be plagiarizing and doing something wrong. So it's, you know, it doesn't matter what our political views are, the color of our skin, our sexuality. None of that shit matters.
Nope.
You know, it's all about it. We have to come back with love.
Yeah.
And like love each other.
Amen. Yep.
Because like I'm not in pain anymore. Like I'm not hurting. I do hurt sometimes. But like when I say I'm not in pain anymore, I'm not in pain like to the point where I want to hurt people. The pain that, because I've walked through my pain, I now want to help people walk through theirs.
Right.
And when you walk through your pain, you no longer have hatred towards other people.
So true. Yep.
I just can't stand it. Like I can't stand it. I can't stand it when they talk about when they try to divide us based on race, or they try to divide and they bring up you know, the LGBTQ community, or you know, the Republicans bring up the transgender stuff, because that's not what they believe. You know, like they actually don't believe that.
Which hurts to us because we know they don't believe that. You know?
I'll tell you what's weird is it's gone so far. They've divided LGB and QT. I mean, I've been talking to LGBs this week. They're not happy.
Yeah.
With the QT?
They're not happy.
Or
with the QT.
Yeah.
They're not happy. I'm sorry.
There's a division.
There's a division.
My nephew is a transgender.
Yeah.
Well, he's my niece now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, legitimately.
And it's a transition for the whole family. You know?
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother did a whole like, you know, took us all out to dinner to let us know what was going on in his life, and you know, with his kid and everything. And you know, I support whatever.
Right. For a lot of those people, that's their last chance at life. You know, people are like, oh, what are they doing? And it's like those people have lived their life in a body that they feel that doesn't fit. And so many of them are on the verge of suicide or leaving this earth. Yeah. That step is the last step that's keeping them bound, you know, and it's brave.
Yeah.
You know,
I understand what it's like to feel suicidal, you know, I really do. I understand what it feels like to be completely alone and in severe pain. Yep. And
it's hard.
I know what it feels like to be 110% judged by other people, looked down on, you know.
We all feel those. Yeah. I said coming out of the sober closet wasn't that hard because I had already kind of learned how to be my authentic self. You know, you hide that stuff down. I mean, that probably contributed to a lot of my usage. Growing up in a small town, I just knew that wasn't an option. And, you know, so I was a prom queen. I was a homecoming queen.
Were you?
I was. It's so funny. I had hair. Yeah, no, and it was, you know, I did what I thought I was supposed to do.
Boyfriend?
Boyfriends, the whole nine.
Yeah.
I love my boyfriends at the time. There just wasn't another option. College rocked my world because, I mean, a number of things happened, but, you know, access to drugs and alcohol.
Helped you get by.
It helped me. Well, yeah, my parents divorced my freshman year. I was in New York City for September 11th, which had a huge ripple effect. I was on the White Stone Bridge. I watched the buildings go down. So that happened, and I was figuring out my sexuality. And so to me, that freshman year, like all normalcy or foundational security was just toasted. So like I feel like in that moment, I knew what it was like to not have any security. You know, like I was going to die on September 11th. I called my dad to say goodbye. So it's like when people are like, you know, it's going to be okay. In that moment, nothing was going to be okay. And I think to feel that trauma and that like amount of anxiety, like it never really leaves you, you know? So yeah, freshman year was eye-opening to me. But and free reign of, you know, ecstasy was going off and the underground tunnel and all that stuff was happening. And I honestly don't know how I made it out of there alive because, well, I do. It was softball. I had a full scholarship. That was my job, was to get my scholarship and I loved softball too. Yeah. You know, it was, I loved everything about it, but had I not had that to answer to, I don't know how I kept my grades up. I don't know how I did what I did, but that was the only thing that kind of kept me tethered to
No, I get it.
to
I had
survival.
hockey. I get it. I get it. That kept me off the street. It kept me not from diving in.
Yep. And athletics, I really feel like, you know.
Yeah.
We all feel the same pain.
Mm-hmm. We do.
You know, I mean, the cause of the pain often looks different, but what pain feels like is the same to everybody. What trauma feels like is the same to every. I just sometimes wonder, like, are the people who like sit around and judge people who are hurting?
They've never felt.
Have they never hurt?
I really don't. Some people have not. You know, I really think that. I feel blessed to have been through all of that because I feel like it opened my mind and my body and my spirit up to like such a much broader world. But I really feel like some people just haven't. You know, like you just haven't had that trauma. Yeah. And that's okay. That's good for you. I mean, my wife is, bless her heart, she's like a normie. She partied with me for a while, but I mean, she really, like when I talk about my childhood and my background and like the things that happened to me, I mean, she did not have that. Yeah. You know? And sometimes that's more detrimental, I think, than having all that because when something comes up, they really don't quite know what's happening. Yeah, I'm like we know what to do.
I'm not. Nothing scares me anymore. Like, like I'm not afraid to walk through anything anymore because the pain that I've already walked through would devastate
nothing.
I mean, it was.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just
live through it.
Right.
I don't know. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that I'm better than anybody. It's just that I am strong because of it.
Yeah.
Well, we've looked death in the face. I mean, at some point, I mean, we weren't afraid to die, right? Like, I mean, I remember taking pills one night and being like, I might not wake up, and not wanting to die, but not being scared of that. Like, oh, I hope I didn't take too much, or what's going to happen, you know, tomorrow when I wake up. Like, that's a messed up frame of mind.
Like I had a fear of, you know, when I got clean this time because I fell in front of everybody, right? And everybody watched me fall, and, you know, people that I respected in this industry and stuff like that. And I'm the owner of, you know, the Hope by the Sea. And I mean, bad shit happened. A guy was just, I mean, I don't really actually talk about it yet on the podcast because there's a one day I'm going to sit in that chair and tell my story. But, I have, there's a reason why I haven't told my full story yet. But the point is that, what was the point, Shane?
Don't know, bro.
You're going to tell me the whole story right now.
Don't know. We're waiting for the line.
The point is that you're going to open up to me and you're going to tell me.
You were getting to it, bro. I'm on fucking pin. I'm honestly,
on pins and needles.
I'm on the edge of my fucking seat. Half my ass is asleep right now.
The point is
what's
that,
the point?
Like I don't judge people. Like that's the point at the end of the day. Like this. Oh, I remember where I was going. I was afraid for so many years to be like in the public eye again. And not that my public eye was that big, but when I decided to do this movement, when Justin died, it was my pain that pushed me to here, and it's my pain that still. But I have God in my life, and I knew that God was telling me, okay, you're ready to, because you know, if everything in my life gets exposed, like I'm putting it out there,
right?
Like
that's always the question: how much do you?
At this
I talked
point,
to my mom before this. I'm like,
at this point, I don't give a shit.
Right, it doesn't matter.
Everybody knows every single detail of my life. Here you go.
Right.
Have it. It's okay. Yes, I did that.
for sure, and it's so freeing.
It is
that's
freeing.
It's perspective,
Because
and
if I did that 20 years ago, you know, that's not the same guy that sits in this room, and everybody who walks in this room and knows the genuine Chad who walked through all this pain is not the same guy.
1,000%.
You know,
And it's so freeing to let that go.
It
like
is.
There's no cover. There's no masks.
Like I was ready for that.
Yeah. No one can get you.
Yep.
They can't.
Yeah. What are you gonna do
No
to
one
me?
can get us.
What are
There's
you
nothing
gonna
to
do?
talk
You're
about.
gonna hurt me.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna hurt me
That's-
because
This is a different topic, but in Muay Thai, like when I go into a fight, I feel like I have such an edge because, like, what are you gonna do? Like, punch me in the face? Like, I destroyed myself.
Yeah.
I hated myself so bad, and I like tore myself down mentally, emotionally, physically. Like, oh, you're gonna kick me in the leg? Like,
oh, you're
I
gonna
feel like-
you're gonna throw stones at me.
Right. You're gonna
But-
talk trash online, but it's the same thing. It's like I feel like,
Go ahead and talk trash online because I don't read it.
yeah, go for it. You're above. You're a vibration above, right? But it's like that kind of stuff that people do, and we fall into the trap sometime too. But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Like, what is it? It's who you are.
It matters what your true heart is. If you're on there like talking shit to people and being like, there's some issues that you need to work on with yourself. There's some pain that you're going through. Maybe things that we're saying are things that are causing you to look inward, and it's causing you pain, and now you want to lash out because hurting people that are hurting. Hurt people.
Yep. Hurt people.
Yes.
People that aren't hurting. And I said this the other day on the podcast. I can't remember which one. I think it was Jordan's. I said, I like hurting people. No, I don't like hurting people. I like people that are hurting. I had to, you know, and are willing to do something to get better.
Agree.
I mean, those are my people right there.
That transformation, like you're witnessing them in the biggest transformation of their life, like growing into their authentic self, like who they're supposed to be, like what a blessing to be able to be there with them in that moment. You know, I agree.
If I could tell people one thing, it's easier to walk through your pain than to hold on to it.
Right.
It's more painful to stay in your pain than to walk through it.
Yep.
Take away the fear.
Cover it up.
It's just, no.
It's such a terrible way of life.
Yeah.
Yep.
I held mine forever to the point of like I'm talking to Jesus and the devil. I'm like, hey, guys.
Yep.
And I'm working for the CIA.
You're so angry. Yeah.
Obama's out front giving me my mission.
Yeah, bad.
I haven't slept in 15 days, Obama.
Bad one there, bro. If you put him into office, good job. Good job. Yeah, way to be part of the problem. Sorry. I've been waiting like a month to say that.
He sent me straight into my iPhone to go kill. I had to.
Sama.
I killed a whole
slew.
Yeah. I went to Afghanistan through my iPhone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me ask you this question because it came up the other day.
Okay.
Is it possible to have PTSD
from a bad drug trip?
Wow.
Yeah,
it is.
If in your brain it happened, for sure.
Totally. Instant
killing
recall.
Because it's not just a dream. Like you felt
killing-
that, you touched it.
I was snapping people's necks.
Wow. That's cool.
Snapping them.
Dang.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Were you were awake when this was happening?
Oh
were
yeah,
you
I was.
We're not sure.
I was
Yeah.
using.
We don't
I was.
Yeah.
I was.
We don't know.
We weren't there. He was
Yeah, that's
alone in
true.
his fucking closet. He could have been completely unconscious.
No, I was conscious.
Bro, you could have been unconscious.
Yeah, we might need
Dude,
to
I
do
used to have to pedal my house to get it
See?
started and get it going.
See, the whole home would.
Because I had to put jets on the bottom of my house so I could fly at places sometimes.
Yeah.
You can do a lot.
You're
of
magical. I would have
it's
liked to hang out with you.
it's when
I always
you-
say
it's-
that. Like we would have had a great time together. You know?
It's when you become a digital person.
Just before he kills you.
Yeah, right.
People were actually afraid to come by my house and do.
Yeah.
They were afraid to intervene because there was a potential that
Hazard.
maybe I didn't.
It was real
know.
to you.
It was real to me.
It's scary when it gets like that because you could hurt somebody, you
Yeah.
know, and that's like why we treat people the way we do with like gentleness and compassion, but you still know that there's that factor of the unknown.
I saw this. I saw this. Little short reel on Instagram, and it's this guy on Mike Tyson's podcast, and he says people don't know the violence that it took to become this gentle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And then another guy I like who's very controversial. Very controversial.
The Canadian?
Yes, his name is Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, he's great.
But he says that
Careful.
I'm not familiar with him.
Careful.
he's very controversial.
Very.
It's all right. I can handle controversial.
Yeah. He's a Canadian, so I
Kind of.
like him.
Maybe. Yeah, then he's okay.
But he talks about you have to be you have to be badass. You have to be able to be capable of violence, and then
Learn how to control it.
Right. Right.
and that's virtuous. Because if you're just good, then you're weak.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Just angry, you're angry.
If you
Like,
can't control your
strongest
violence,
in it, yeah.
if you can't control your violence, that's not good.
that's not good. But he said if you don't have that violence in you and you're not controlling it, then you're not really good.
You're not strong.
You're not strong.
He's just saying that you're weak.
Yeah.
You know, but there are weak people in this world, and those people need to be protected
Yeah.
by people like me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they need to be protected because there are predators out there. There are evil people in this world that are predators. I am a predator of predators.
Yeah.
Like how there's bullies and there's people that bully back. That's me.
I like that. That's why I want to be on board.
You know?
Oh, you're on board.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, because I like that, you know? It's people do need protecting.
Yeah.
They do need protecting. I'm a protector. I'm not a victim.
Yep.
I'm not a perpetrator, but I'm a protector. I'm a warrior.
Yeah.
Gatekeeper. Yep.
I make sure that people are protective, especially the weak. You know, if you can fight for yourself, I'll stand beside you, and then if you're getting your ass kicked, I'll step in.
Yeah.
But literally, it happened last night at my basketball game before I jacked up my arm. It was a very violent basketball game last night, and 3 fights almost broke out. And one of the guys, and these are my son's friends, and my 17-year-old son's friends. So they're like my kids, right? I mean, they're all over 18, but this guy come running out on the court, fist blaring towards one of my son's friends. And I ran out there and I was like, I guess I'm throwing down right now.
Get ready.
Yep.
Dang. Are you on that team? Same basketball
I
team?
was.
He was.
but
I was by myself too. It's really sad. I didn't have any of.
Sorry, buddy.
I mean, look,
I'd have been there.
Daniel,
Not a protector.
Daniel's cool, and
Yeah.
he'll throw down.
He will.
He will definitely
He
throw
will
down.
throw down, but he's only $1.50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
$1.40. Yeah.
this was
Got
a
nice hair,
grown ass
though.
man running out
Yeah.
onto the court to attack him
Yeah.
too.
Jeez.
It was pretty gnarly last night.
Yeah. I get wound up.
And this
though.
is how I ended up.
What do you think it is? Tendon?
I already went to the doctor, and it's
Torn bicep.
it's definitely soft tissue, so it could be. He said if it's not getting better in 10 days, then we need to go for an MRI. So it could be. He said it could be tendon. It could be it's definitely it was a backwards
Hyperextension.
hyperextension. It's what's weird though is it just hurts so bad right here. All of this right here.
Yikes.
And I can't to twist. Not fun, but
Yeah,
it is
that
what it
sucks.
is.
You're tough.
I'll be okay.
You'll be all right.
I've had worse.
Yeah, he has had worse.
Is there
Like
any
what?
last words that you would like to say on the podcast to the people?
To the people. Don't give up, you know? I mean, seriously, that's the most important thing. If you give up, there's no hope that there's ever going to be any better. But if you don't give up, there's always hope. There's always hope anyway, but just keep going. There's people that want to help. There's a community of people with their arms open. If you want the help, the resources are there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely. Never give up.
Never give up.
Never.
Ever.
And reach out. Who do you have to reach out to? Oh, your wife. She was there for you.
She was there for me. Yep. She was my final straw, my kick into the rehab for sure.
Everyone needs someone to reach out to. If you don't have someone to reach out to, you got Chaddict, 4Ts on Instagram, Hopeaholics.
I mean, people can reach out to the Hopeaholics anytime
Hopeaholics.
they want.
And I say
anytime.
that to me too. Like they can text me,
100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of the online
The
community.
Healing Hat
We
Project.
actually answer every single one of our direct
Love
messages.
it. Yep.
I actually am the one
do
that
it?
answers.
Yeah.
So,
I have friends like that. Jared Gordon in the UFC. He's a friend of mine through the Hat Project. He will literally answer.
Is he from
every
Florida?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I've contacted him to come on.
Oh, he should come.
He's fighting
so good.
January 4th.
Yep. Please.
So he fought yesterday.
Oh yeah, he said he was going to come on.
He wants to come on, but he's in Florida, so it's going to be we're either going to fly him down or we got to do a Zoom.
Yeah.
I'm not doing Zoom. He's got to fly us. Well, I'll fly him here. It
All right,
doesn't
so I'll
matter
talk
me.
to him.
No, he's a good guy. He walks a walk, talks a talk. He says, "Contact me." He gives out his cell phone number.
Yeah, he
People
does.
contact
Yeah.
him. He writes back. He
I'm not
gets them where
doing
they
that.
need to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give out my cell phone
right,
number.
and he's next level.
But
So-
I
and
but
he's
I will.
a busy dude.
But
Yeah,
we
he's a busy
actually
dude.
do have a work phone number on our Instagram, and that actually rings straight through to here. And you actually might.
You will. Not might. I will answer the telephone when you
Shane
call.
will answer the telephone.
100%.
But that's so cool.
You
Like,
can
when
ask
have
for
a
Shane
real-
if he doesn't too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I
That's
think
for
that's
Chad
so
too, but
important
he
because
won't come on the
everybody's like,
phone.
"Oh, we're here to help," and we're here like,
Yeah.
and then where do I go? Like that's the
call.
hat too because
Yeah.
it was like, who do I talk to? Who do I call? Who do I ask for
Yeah.
help? Like I just want some answers to a question,
Yeah.
and I think that's like
We
Instagram gives
want to
us
create. We want to create the biggest helpline ever
Yeah.
to mental health, addiction, swag. I'm just hurting today.
Yep.
I need somebody to talk to. Just another addict, though. Like,
Yeah.
we're,
Right.
and I'm not going to employ therapists to answer the phone, but
Right.
just another. But and it's okay to call anytime.
Right.
But when the pain of remaining the same outweighs the fear of change,
Yes.
that's when you need to pick up the phone.
That's it.
And you need to come in with willingness to take suggestions from people. Don't come in, don't come in trying to write your own treatment program. Be willing to give up that cell phone for a little bit. Be willing to, sleep in a small bed. Don't be you don't have to be a princess
By all
anymore.
means necessary.
Yeah,
right?
yes.
You gotta surrender.
People don't know. Like when I went to treatment the last time, I was fairly well off financially in life, and when I went to treatment the last time, I went to one of the most ghetto. I'm not going to name it.
Kept it real.
Oh yeah, it was. Their rule was, man, you go in there, and the apartment that you get, you clean it before you put your stuff down, and it was a mess.
Yep.
It was like a shooting gallery in mine. I had blood stains all over the bathroom.
That's hard when you live the way.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I called my lawyer and bitched him.
Don't get me wrong.
But you know what my lawyer said to me?
Suck it
Suck
up.
it up. Yep.
He said it's better.
Don't be
than,
a bee.
He said it's better than prison.
Yeah.
That's what he said to me.
Yep.
He fucking hung up pretty quick.
I hung up on his fucking ass,
So would I.
Fired.
and then I called my
fucking-
other lawyer.
You started
She was much nicer.
You started cleaning. Yeah.
Started
They're the
scrubbing.
best. They're the best lawyers in the world, though. If anybody ever needs a lawyer, I mean, they're expensive, but they're high powered lawyers. Because I should have been in prison.
Wow.
And that's another kind of jacked up thing. I'm gonna close it with this, because the United States, if you have money, the legal system is a little bit easier to navigate. Because if I didn't have money,
Right.
if I wasn't bailed out,
Yeah.
I would have probably got 8 years in prison. But instead, I got a year in rehab.
Wow.
So
Doesn't make sense.
I can understand. Well, I mean, no, it doesn't make sense. I can understand. I can understand people's frustration sometimes but I have been the other guy. I was broke going to jail when I was like 18 to 22, and nobody would bail me out.
Been on both sides.
I had to have a public defender. I call them public pretenders, you know, because they pretend like they're helping you out.
But it's
but what it is it's just the public defender and the district attorney trying to close a case quickly. And so they're like,
just take it.
Just take it. This is the best deal you're gonna get, you know.
Yep.
And you know, and people from
scared
from you know, like the ghetto, it's not, because they scare the crap out of you too. If you don't take this deal right now, if you take
could
it
be
to trial,
5.
There's no other option.
It could be 15 years.
Yeah, take the 18 months.
That's not true.
No.
I'm going to tell people what the truth is.
Yep.
Hold out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold out.
Yeah.
You know?
There's so much people don't know, myself included, about the system.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, some people deserve to go to jail, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you that time?
Not based on his turnaround. Now we could go 10 years later or 7 years later. You got to say no.
Right.
But if you had continuously fucked up, I
needed to go to jail for 7 days to detox and get off the drugs. Because if you would have taken me to a private detox center, which they did about 15 times, I was gone.
Yeah.
Oh. What did they do for you in prison?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Really?
They do nothing.
Shake and bake.
You have to stab people. You stay long. I mean, it's not good.
Wow.
You know, it's not a good system. That system is very, very much broken. I don't want people to have to go to jail. I don't want people to have to go to prison. I think it might be a mistake that drugs are legal. You know what I mean? When I was going through my shit, part of me hitting rock bottom was the fact that, you know, a little tiny piece of methamphetamines that big was a felony, and you were doing a minimum of 90 days in jail, a nice dry out.
Yep.
You know, but at the same time, I would get back out and run straight back to the dope man, and they were willing to give me a free one right off the bat.
Right off the bat, get you back in.
So,
yeah.
You know,
how do you feel about the Narcan?
It's a Band-Aid, but right now, whatever we can do to stop people from dying,
I agree. Yep.
Let's stop them from dying.
Yep.
You know, I don't
harm reduction. Yeah.
Harm reduction. It doesn't work in the long run, though.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. You know, I'm not even a fan of like Suboxone and you know, nothing long term. Because man, you don't get to feel what we feel.
Right.
You don't get to live this life beyond your wildest dreams without you know, living the way you and I live.
Right.
Having that spiritual connection, and you know, and I'm not even saying that everybody's an addict or an alcoholic, but there's some people that can smoke weed. There's some people that can drink alcohol occasionally. But if you're like me
and me,
and you, it's just not happening. And
it's not an option.
No, because as soon as we put a substance in our body, we cut that spiritual cord.
Yep.
We cut it. We sever it.
Agreed.
It no longer exists. And then we take over the driver's seat, and we're fucked.
Yep. Have you seen? Is it Jelly Roll? It's like
Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
My daughter loves Jelly
Roll. Started watching that. I haven't finished it, but you know, it's just an interesting take, because he still smokes and he drinks a little, but he's not shooting heroin every day. Right. And again, that could never work for me, but it's like, it's not my place to judge who you are and how you got there. You know, it's like, if you're happy on your path.
Yeah.
But of course it's controversial to the
normal
recovery
person, the recovery world. Yeah.
But it's an interesting conversation, you know. But I think it's
I do what Jelly Roll does.
What does he do?
Exactly what he does.
Oh, yeah?
I used to do what Jelly Roll did.
Yeah.
Well, not exactly, but I mean, I was, using.
Yeah.
And then the last 10 years, I went 5 years abstinent, and the last 10 years, I've just been normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very controversial.
But it works for you.
It has for the last 10 years. I've never been happier.
Right. See?
I don't know what to say.
Right.
But I had a lot of mental health. You know, I had anxiety, some traumas, PTSD, whatever, blah, blah, you know.
And I think it's so wrong, like you said, to be judging people for, you know, again, I know it works for me. I could never, I don't think I could ever do that. I would be back on it and gone. But I have some friends that, you know, the medical marijuana works great for them. It balances them right out. They have no desire to.
No desire.
They know they can't drink because that'll go to coke and then it'll spiral. But knowing your boundaries.
Yeah.
I mean, that's half the battle is figuring out, you know.
Yeah, I do know
why we did that to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
That's the ticket.
Not easy.
But if you're not willing to look at that, then you're never gonna
Yeah.
figure it out.
Never.
Gotta be real.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
I
Thanks for
appreciate
coming
you guys.
on.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
appreciate you guys
We
having me.
appreciate you.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was fun.
that was
Oh,
fun.
I love it. You
Yep.
guys made me laugh. I love what you're doing. I really do.
Thank you.
I'm a hugger, not a knuckler.
This is
Yeah.
what we do across the line.
And then we'll hug after.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Just keeping it classy.